One of the fastest growing sports in America is one you likely haven't heard of, pickleball. And it's catching on in the metro area, as Brooke Kirchhoffer reports.
It's not tennis, not racquetball, and not badminton. So, what is it?
About 5 years ago, I was here and I was playing racquetball, and some guy said, "You gotta come try this game, pickleball." And I went, "That doesn't sound like fun." I showed up, they put a paddle in my hand. I don't think I've picked up a racquetball racket since.
Pickleball is taking off across the United States. In a study done by the Sports and Fitness Industry Association, more than 4.8 million people are playing the sport, doubling the number of players from 5 years ago.
There is not a state in the United States that you can't go to that doesn't have a tournament every single weekend in it. So, we have grown just beyond our bounds. Clear the kitchen. Get in there, girl.
Terry Lamperez first joined the sport 15 years ago. She's now a pickleball pro at Crossgates and has seen the pickleball community explode in our viewing area.
It's taken off.
Yeah.
But where did pickleball come from and why the sudden interest?
Pickleball started in the 1960s with a gentleman and his family that were very competitive, and they liked to play family games. So they started with a piece of concrete out in the backyard, some chalk, and they just decided that they were going to come up with something that everybody could play.
When you talk to pickleball players about the sport, whether they started a week ago or have been playing for 5 years, they'll tell you it's an addiction and why people of all ages are playing the sport.
You come out and play once, the next thing you know is you're wanting to play twice a week. Within that week, you're wanting to play 3 times a week. Then you're trying to schedule your life around pickleball.
And Louisiana recreational centers can hardly keep up with the demand.
What we really need is a nice venue where we can start attracting some of the really large tournaments like they have, like there's 3 or 4 of them in Houston, there's 3 or 4 of them in Dallas.
The pickleball community is also looking to change the narrative about the sport. It's not just for those with gray hair. It's a competitive sport that welcomes all, going by a point system, and can be played in singles or doubles.
I think it's got to break the image of it's an older people's game.
Right. Just pick up a paddle and just come.
Reporting in Slidell, Brooke Kirchhoffer, Eyewitness Sports.